Welcome, my beautiful babes. Welcome to the Natalie Paterson show. And I want to now name these sit-down chats with Nat. It doesn't really rhyme, but I think it's cool as so here we go. Guys, today I want to be speaking about the one thing that took me from being really broke to being really wealthy. Okay, now, of course, throughout my journey, there has been so many significant pieces that really changed my internal dialogue, that changed my external lifestyle, that also changed my businesses, okay? And I want to teach you a little story before I tell you about the one thing, okay? So stay tuned. Many years ago, I basically came up to the Gold Coast from Melbourne during lockdown, and I lived with these guys on their floor. Literally, I lived on a mattress for 4 months on these guys' floor because I couldn't find a house. I then got paid out from the government, thank you, government, and I ended up getting into a 3-bedroom house that was beautiful, and I started my lash business again. I had a lash business in Melbourne. I came back up, and at that time, I had spent everything on the house, and I had all money left over. So I bought myself a $500 car. Now this car was an absolute piece of shit. When I say piece of shit, I mean the windows didn't go up all the way. When the water came in, it would leak on the ground. The speedo didn't work, so I could have no idea how fast I was going. I just needed to gauge from everyone else around me. The car was rusted, literally smelt like, it was so gross. And every single day that I got into the car, I remember thinking, well, I'm grateful that I can go from A to B. I'm grateful that I could go to the beach. I'm grateful that I could go to see my friends. I'm grateful that I could go and get some groceries. And I remember being literally at Aldi. For those of you who aren't in Australia, Aldi is like a super cheap supermarket. And I was literally counting the dollars that I had to buy food. And I remember thinking to myself, I went from being an eyelash technician where I earned quite a lot of money and I lived a pretty big lifestyle, well, big for what I thought was then. And I thought I'd made it being an eyelash tech, but I wasn't happy. I was hustling my ass off and I wasn't happy. So I came out to the Gold Coast, wanted to do this new lifestyle. I wanted to work less, enjoy more. So I was happy to sacrifice the things that I was doing in Melbourne, like the big fancy lifestyle, to actually live more in my values of like the new values were I wanted to meditate, I wanted to go to yoga, or I wanted to eat vegan food. Like I completely did a 360 from doing drugs, partying in Melbourne, to wanting to be on a beach, to wanting to listen to yogis, and to literally wanting to be in a calm, peaceful state. And so I was in Aldi and I remember buying like broccoli and bananas and being like, I can't even, like I don't even want to buy chocolate because I literally don't have the extra money for that. And I went home and I started cooking because I was like, okay, I'm going to get really good at cooking. I started Uber Eats driving because my lash business did not take off. I was Uber Eats driving. I was seeing every single time I got an Uber Eats delivery, it literally was like $5, $6, $10. And I would be driving for a whole entire hour to make $20. And it taught me a few things. It taught me how to value money and how to actually appreciate money, because I could see how many dollars I was literally making. And B, it taught me how to prioritize what I wanted to do. So the whole entire time I was driving around, I was listening to podcasts, I was learning, I was growing. I didn't even have the money for Audible back then. And I was so obsessed with consuming content and consuming knowledge so that one day I could create something. And at that point I had no idea. I was in my resting phase, and I remember seeing a meme of a man. He was in a coal mine, no, not coal mine, like a coal mine thing, and he's chipping away for gold. A gold mine, not a coal mine, definitely. Literally chipping away, and it's like this meme where he's so close to the gold, but then he stops. And I was like, I feel like I'm so close. Like, I feel like I'm so close. I'm learning all this knowledge. Like, spirit's talking to me. I'm meeting my spirit guides. I'm channeling light language. Like, I'm so close to this gold. Yet I had no idea what it actually was going to be. I kept following the footsteps of my spirit guides. And this is what changed everything. The one thing that got me from being broke as f*** to being a multi-millionaire is this. Are you ready? It is listening to my spiritual guidance. And this is what I teach all of my clients to do in every single one of my programs. I literally followed the whisper. One day my spirit guide said to me, go down to Kirtan. Kirtan is where you go and sing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna with a whole heap of yogis, and we're in transcendental meditation, literally connecting, singing hymns to God. Okay, your frequency is rising and vibrating, literally connecting with a whole heap of other beautiful people that are heart-centered, that is literally in a transcendental meditation state to literally ascend your consciousness. And as I walk in, I normally sit at the back. I was very insecure and very self-conscious at this point. And I normally sit at the very back and I don't tell anyone. And at this point I walked in and I was a little bit late that day, and the only seat that was available was at the very, very, very front next to this woman. And I remember thinking, oh, I don't want to be seen. I don't want to be seen. Anyway, there was no other seats available. I went and sat next to her, and it turned out that this one lady changed my life forever. She was the owner of an NLP school. From there, literally, I ended up having a conversation with her. I went into NLP, and that actually changed my life. Because that was the first time, yes, I had done lots of healing things before. That was the first time I really invested in myself. And if it wasn't for spirit channeling, telling me to do that, I would never have been here today. And so from there, I really was picking up the breadcrumbs of every single thing that my spirit guide said to me. And so, beautiful babes, it is such an important lesson. When your intuition is guiding you, when your spirit guides are guiding you, I want you to say thank you, be so grateful, and allow yourself to follow that thread. Now, every single day and in every single way, I am absolutely guided. Even the sign that's behind me, I started seeing this in my mind's eye, literally drawed it out on a piece of paper, sent it to my EA and was like, I need this for the Natalie Paterson show. Because again, the Natalie Paterson show was a download. It was a download for me to get a full-time videographer. It was a download for me to go to Egypt. It was a download for me to literally to be where my partner was. It was a download. It was a download. It was a download. It was a synchronicity, synchronicity, synchronicity. And if you want to find out how to connect deeply with your guides, if you want to find out how to connect more into your intuition, if you want to know how to actually tap into your synchronistic flow of the universe, then babes, my 3-day light codes training is exactly that. I teach people just like you from all walks of life that want to learn how to channel, that want to learn how to activate in light language, that wants to learn how to tap into past lives, tap into psychic intuition. This is what I teach. I'm so passionate about it. Down below is a link for a registration form. I would love to speak with you. You can jump on a call with me and we can see if it's right for you. Now, I only take a limited amount of people into these rooms because of how huge the transformation is. There will be tears, there will be screaming, there will be all of it. I teach people that are just starting a business to people that are already multimillionaires. I teach a wide range of people that are wanting to better themselves and totally connect to spirit. So if this is you, my babe, I would love to squeeze you there. Illy, my babes.